Alright, so before the actual comeback drops, I want to talk about something that's been sitting in my head ever since the teasers started coming out. Because after watching everything released so far, Visa by SB19, I don't think this concept is as simple as people initially assumed. At first glance, it looks obvious. Airport visuals, documents, passports, movement, international imagery. So naturally fans started saying this might be SB19's global era. Another expansion moment, another step toward international recognition. And honestly, that could still be true. But when you slow down and actually look at the timing, the symbolism, and even what's currently happening outside the music industry, this comeback starts feeling like it might be talking about something bigger. Normally, when artists use travel imagery, it feels celebratory. Flying somewhere usually represents success, progress, freedom. But the teasers don't really feel like that. Nobody looks relaxed. The mood feels controlled, structured, almost tense. And airports, if you really think about it, aren't actually places of freedom. They're checkpoints. You line up. Your identity gets verified. Someone checks your document. Someone decides whether you move forward or not. That's not independence. That's permission. And that detail alone changes how people started interpreting the concept. Because instead of asking where SB19 is going, fans started asking who decides if they're allowed to go. Now here's where things get interesting. Because around the same time, teasers started circulating online, discussions here in the Philippines about travel policies began resurfacing again. Government conversations about travel tax adjustments, or even removal, started appearing toward the end of January and early February. Normally, that wouldn't connect to pop music at all. But fans noticed something else happening at the same time. Posts started appearing. Hints from leadership figures connected to their company. Creative captions, subtle messaging. And even Pablo sharing things weeks earlier that felt connected to whatever this era is building toward. Nothing direct, nothing confirmed, but enough to make people curious. Because the overlap in timing felt very clean. Maybe coincidence, maybe not. If you followed SB19 last year alone, you already know how often they were outside the country. Festivals, promotions, collaborations, international stages, flights almost non-stop. And Filipino artists don't always experience international mobility the same way artists from larger entertainment markets do. There's additional paperwork, additional costs, more approvals, more waiting. Travel tax itself becomes part of the process. So suddenly the title Visa feels less like a random aesthetic choice and more like something rooted in real experience. Because visas represent access. You don't just move, you apply. You get evaluated. You get approved or denied. Back in 2022, SB19 was described by Esquire Philippines as artists capable of exercising soft power, meaning influence without holding authority. The ability to shape conversations simply through culture, through storytelling, through music. And honestly, if you look at their history, that description makes sense. Because they've never really separated music from message. Take Kapangyarihan, for example. That song resonated strongly during a time when conversations about accountability and corruption were dominating online discussion. Fans connected deeply with its message, not because anyone told them to, but because the themes reflected what people were already feeling. Then there's What? Eagle-eyed viewers noticed historical imagery connected to Filipino sovereignty embedded into the visuals. Details referencing national identity, history, territory, placed intentionally inside a pop music video. That's not accidental storytelling. That's awareness. When you connect those moments together, a pattern appears. SB19 doesn't just release eras, they release conversation. So now we circle back to visa, a document that determines access. Who crosses borders? Who waits outside? Who gets opportunities? And if you apply that metaphor to Filipino artists entering global spaces, it hits differently. How many times does a group have to prove legitimacy before being taken seriously internationally? How many checkpoints exist before recognition happens? Maybe the airport imagery isn't about celebration. Maybe it's about process, scrutiny, evaluation, waiting for approval. And considering everything SB19 has gone through to reach global audiences, that interpretation suddenly doesn't feel far-fetched at all. Now, obviously, nobody is saying SB19 is directly responding to government policy discussions. That's not how soft power works. Soft power works through relevance, through timing, through themes that mirror real conversations people are already having. Sometimes a title alone can spark discussion. Sometimes symbolism makes audiences think beyond music. And maybe that's exactly what's happening here. And honestly, since Visa officially releases on February 20th, 2026 at 12 p.m. Philippine Time, I feel like it's okay to finally put this theory out there. Because right now, all we have are teasers, posts, symbolism, fan observations. Nothing confirmed, nothing official, just curiosity. And honestly, that's the best part before a comeback drops. Trying to figure out what a concept might mean before the full story is revealed. Maybe Visa really is about global expansion. Maybe it's about artistic freedom. Maybe it's about barriers Filipino artists face when entering international spaces. Or maybe we're completely wrong. And honestly, that would still be exciting. But this definitely won't be the final breakdown. Once the music video and the full song officially release, I'll be making a separate video analyzing everything again. The lyrics, the visuals, the symbolism, all the hidden details SB19 usually hides in plain sight. Because if there's one thing they've proven over the years, it's that the real meaning usually shows itself after release day. So for now, consider this the pre-release theory. And we'll see how many of these ideas actually survive once Visa finally arrives.